Hey YouTube, welcome back to Vintage on Vintage. I'm Steve, and today I'm going to do another SGC preview. And then at the end of it, it'll be the actual reveal of the cards I'm sending in. Today's cards are, I've told you a million times, my favorite player is Henry Aaron, and Roberto Clemente comes in second. These are all Clemente and Aaron cards, and I'm going to submit them to SGC. So let's see what I'm putting in. This first one is a Clemente in action card. This is actually a really sharp card. I got this out of one of those, I think it was the 70s packs where you break a bunch of different cards from the 70s. And I got this and a Keith Hernandez rookie card. Those were the two best cards in that group. And this one, I think is pretty sharp. I think this one is got a shot at a 6. So that's the Clemente in action. This is the Henry Aaron 1970 Sporting News All-Star. I picked this up when I was in Minneapolis last time we were up visiting my sister-in-law. It's a nice card. I love these All-Star cards. I turned a Reggie in like this and it got a 6. I think this card is got about the same chance. I think it's between a 5 and a 6 on this card. So that's the Henry Aaron Sporting News All-Star card. Here is the 1969 Roberto Clemente. And I love this card. A lot of people don't. I like the 69 set, but this one's not bad. The centering's pretty good. I will tell you the corners are... they're a little beat up here, so I don't know what this one's going to come back. I'd love to see it come back a 5. I'm guessing it's between a 4 and a 5. I'd love to see a 5 if possible on that. Here is a 1970 Henry Aaron, and this is a tough card also to find centered. This one, centering's pretty good. You can see it's got a little issue down there and probably up here also, so I'm going to guess that this Aaron comes back a 4. Maybe outside shot at a 5, but I'm thinking a 4 on this Henry Aaron card. 1962 Roberto Clemente. This one, it's funny because I had been gun shy about sending this in because it's not in the perfect shape. You can see the corners are a little nicked there. But the centering's not bad and the picture's not bad. I was going to try to trade up for it, but I just decided, let's just send this in. I think it's a 2, maybe a 3 if I get lucky, but it's a 62 Clemente, and I'm sending it in. One of my favorite Henry Aaron cards is this 72 Aaron. This is one I've had since I was a kid, so this one I'm really excited to send in because, I've owned it my whole life, and it's not perfect. You can see left to right, it's a little off, and there's got, a little bit in the corners going to hold it back. But, I would say I'm hoping for a 5 on this card. It's going to look great in the tux. It's a card that I've had since 1972 in my collection, so I'm excited to get it graded. Here is the classic Roberto Clemente, right? His very last card. I love this card. I love the picture of it with Clemente, the cool thing, right? You flip this thing over and he's right at 3,000 base hits. It's just a huge card. Centering's not bad on this card. I'm going to guess a 5. I think it's going to come back as a 5, from SGC. Oh, one of my favorite cards again of Henry. This is the one I shared with you that I got up in the, I picked it up at a card shop in Michigan. And this is that home run leader, the Henry Aaron one. And you can see it's a little off left to right, top to bottom, not so bad. The corners are pretty sharp. When you look at the back, you got the same left to right issue. So this is a nice card. I think it's got an outside shot at a 6, but I'm gonna guess a 5 on this also. That's my guess. And then the last card is this 1968 Roberto Clemente. I love this card. This is a cool card. The centering is off. left to right. And, you know, if you get really close on the corners, you're going to see some fraying. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a cool card. I'd love to see it come in at a 5. I'm going to guess a 4 here because I turned in a Seaver that got similar grade. But I'm going to guess a 4. So those are the cards. As soon as I get them back, I will reveal them here. So sit tight, and we'll be back in a sec. Okay, YouTube. So the third and final part of my submission that I set into the National has come back. So I've shown you the first 2 returns. This is the third return. These are all Clemente and Aaron cards. So, you know, I mean, those are my 2 favorite players. Aaron's number 1, Clemente's 2. Let's see what how the grades came back. So this first card, this is the 1972 Clemente in action. I got it out of one of those, you know, breaking the 70s packs. I thought it looked really sharp. Corners are sharp, centering's good. I thought this was a 6. So let's see what they gave this Clemente in action. They gave him a 5.5. Okay, well, that's pretty close. You know, I thought it should be a 6, but wow, it's a good looking card. It looks great in the tuck. So 5.5 for Mr. Clemente in action. Next card is the Henry Aaron 1970 All-Star card that I picked up in Minneapolis. This one, I think it's pretty well centered. The back's really well centered. I thought this was going to be between a 5 and a 6. So let's see what we got. Ooh, a 3.5. So that's, wow. That's a lower grade than I thought it would be. Yeah, I thought this was a 5. I turned in a Reggie that looked a little bit like this, a centering this. But anyway, it's a good looking 3.5, but bit of a shocker there. This is the 1962 Clemente. This one is, you know, not in the best condition. I was hoping for a 2 on this one. Outside shot at a 3, but I was thinking a 2. So let's see what we got on the 62. 2.5. So that's good. I'm okay with that. That's a really nice grade for this card. You know, I wasn't going to turn it in. So Clemente and a 2.5, 62. Love that. Okay, this is the 1970 Aaron base card. Pretty well centered. I thought it had some corner issues. I thought this one was going to be a 4. So let's see what we got. And we got a 5. That's awesome. I was hoping for, you know, a 4 to a 5. 5 was the outside shot. That I think is a solid grade for this card. So okay, not a bad one. Happy with that. Okay, here's the 69 Clemente. This one's got some definite corner issues. I was hoping for a 5. You know, the more I look at the corners, thinking this one might actually come back a 4. Let's see what we got for Mr. Clemente. Yep, we got a 4 on this one, and that's a fair grade. This the corners on this card are they're not the best, but still got it slabbed. Here's the 72 Henry Aaron that I've had since I was a kid. So I love this card. I think it's fairly well centered, a little off, and there are little corners issues. You know, I was hoping for a 5. I think a 5 would be huge on this card. You know, somewhere between a 4 and a 5, but let's see what we got. And we got the 5. That is awesome. So look at that. This card, once again, I've had this card since I was 13 years old. So this is one of my favorite Aaron cards. I love this card. That's exciting. Awesome. Here's the final Roberto Clemente card. You know, I love this one, the 73 Clemente. This one's not in bad shape. A little off in the back, you can see on the centering. Front's a little better centered. I was hoping for 5 on this one also. So let's see what we got. A 6.5. Okay. Okay, that's a nice grade for this card. I'm happy with that. Love this card. This is one of my, I just love this card. As a kid, you know, this was the first Clemente card I ever owned, and you know, then he tragically passed away. You know, and I remember that. I remember seeing the news broadcast on that, so it was just really huge moment for me as a kid. So love this card. Really happy to have this slabbed. All right, 2 more cards. We've got the Henry Aaron, the 1974 Henry Aaron, the home run leader, card number 1. You know, I thought this card had a shot at a 6, between a 5 and a 6. I'm hoping for a 6. You can see the centering's off. The corners are pretty solid. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got the 6. That, wow, that's a beauty. I'm totally stoked about that. That is such a beautiful card. I just love that card. Awesome. All right, last card is the 1968 Roberto Clemente. You know, it's got a little bit maybe issue up here in the corners. Centering's a little off. I was hoping, I was thinking a 4, outside shot at a 5. Let's see what they gave it. And they gave it a 3. Okay. You know, that's fair. This corner is probably a little more beat up than when I look at it than I remember. So, but it's still just a beautiful card. Like, this is just such a cool pose of Mr. Clemente. So, all in all, you know, I think these were fair grades. I mean, I knew when I turned these in, these were middle of the road cards. I didn't think anything was going to be higher than a 5 to a 6. So, you know, I had a couple that were a little lower than I thought, but the majority of them were right where I wanted them to be. So I'm happy. Appreciate you watching. If you like it, please hit the like button. Would love to hear your comments. Stay safe. Keep collecting. We'll talk soon. Take care.